Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gabriel, your ICT tutor. In this video, we shall be looking at data analysis part of this question, paper 3. So specifically, it is paper 3-2, as you can see, for May-June 2020. I actually know that this is a 2020 paper, but of course, I want us to use this paper to see how we can make use of average sum in a particular data analysis question. So let's go. Welcome back. Here is the data analysis part of the paper. The question says you're going to edit a spreadsheet to calculate profit and loss for the Alina Beach and Dive results. Alina's financial year is split into 4 quarters. Each quarter has 3 months. Take note of all this key information. All currency values must be in dollars and to 0 decimal places. Take note of all this, and that's why I've highlighted the key information. Okay. 13. Open and examine the file 2023 summary.csv in a spreadsheet package. So in my case, I'm using Microsoft Excel for my spreadsheet. You know, this is a Cambridge IGCSE examination on ICT paper 3. So in the header, enter and center align the text in the header. So let me examine it first. Here is the file. Okay, let's look at the way the data is arranged. As we can see, okay, highest quarterly profit should be here, lowest average monthly profit, average quarterly profit. Then you can see different quarters and their subtotals. Okay, this is subtotal for quarter 1, subtotal for quarter 2, 3, and in that order, then the subtotal and the annual total. So you can see this. Please take note of that. So the question says we should go to the header. So I go to insert text, in my case header. So what am I putting in the header? In the header, I should put the text aligned to center, edited by, then followed by a space, my name, center number, and candidate number. Edited by. So I'm going to do that very quickly. Edited by, followed by name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, at the center, then the next thing is in the footer, enter and center align the text, edited on, followed by a space, today's automated date, a space, then the text at, followed by a space, then the automated time. Okay, good. I'm going to do that. Edited on. In the footer, go to footer, center align according to the question. All right, edited on, colon, a space, then after the space, today's automated date. Today's automated date, here is date. So then a space, then at automated time. Okay, that's according to the instruction, automated time. So after that, save the spreadsheet with the file name summary underscore your center number and candidate number. So I'm going to save it. So after you have done that, to see the actual content, click out on it. You will see it here. Then save. I'm going to save it on let me save it on my desktop. Okay, my desktop. Then I'm going to save it as summary followed by my center number and my candidate number according to the instruction. Let me confirm that, center number and candidate number, then save it as a spreadsheet. So you save it as Excel workbook. Please, this part is very important. Then it will be saved as a spreadsheet. Then you click save, then you have that. So you can click back to normal view, okay, and see your data. Okay, then the next thing they say, so all that we have done is for 4 marks. The next thing, format the spreadsheet to look like this. You can see the row 1, this is opened, and then he has this. We can read it more here. Format the merge cell in row 1 to contain orange text, font size 24 on a black background, row 1. So I'll do that. This is row 1. So you open it up a bit, orange text, and it is merged. Orange text is merged to, you can see it, row 1 merged to G. Okay, so I'm going to select it to G, go to merge, then what else? Center align 24, orange text, so I pick orange color, orange, then on a black background, so I go to fill and make it black. Okay, you can see that. What else again? And then this should contrast with the background when printed in black and white. Format the text in the merge cells in column B to be font size 20 column B. Okay, you can see all this is column B and it's merged, size 20, all this merged, you can see them merge, size 20. So I'm going to do it this way, merge, and not only merge, then what is the position is center and middle, and then say it should be made 20. So as I have done for this one, I will do format painter, double click this so that I can do for this. So you have the same thing, so I can do for this. It has the same thing I can do for this. It has the same thing. Okay, 20. I think I've done that. So format the text in merge cells in column B to be like this, and I think I have done that. So what I will just need to do, I will select this so that I can have these border lines, subtotal for each of them to profit. So click on this back, subtotal to profit, then I'll put the border line for that. What else for it? Okay, I think that is also done for this. I'm going to do for row 3 to 6, go to row 3. Okay, before row 3 you see that there is an inserted row 2 here, so I'm going to insert that. Right click on this, insert. But before I will insert, let me remove the fill, no fill for that, and the color to automatic for this. So it should be like this other one. Then okay, then row 3, I'm going to select it just this way, select the border line, and do one for this border line. Okay, let me confirm that in the question. Oh, beautiful. Then you notice that this is aligned to right, and I think bolding. Let's see that. Oh, that is fine. Also, you realize that everything in row 8 bolding, you can see bolding. Okay, I'm going to do that and center align, bolding and center align, bolding, then center align. What else? Okay, beautiful. What else? Then I'm going to do for subtotal bolding here. For subtotal, not only bolding, if you can see bolding and right aligned, bolding and right aligned. So I think as that is done, I'm going to select all of this, click on format painter, double click so that I can apply it to all of this. You will have the same formatting, all of this the same formatting, all of this the same formatting. So, and then for annual total, good, yeah, beautiful. So I think it's already looking like this. If you look at it, if you notice this is center aligned, so I'm going to center align this content here. I center align this content. So okay, beautiful. Let me click on this center align, so I can double click this and do for this center align, do for this center align, do for this center align. Okay, I think that is done. Then I quickly open, so I can confirm that it looks exactly like the one we have in the okay, beautiful, in the model given to us. Then now let me see what kind of font is this. This is sans serif. Okay, let me make it sans serif. Sans serif. Sans serif. I think it looks like Comic Sans. Comic Sans select. Comic Sans. Okay, all right. Let me check that. This is Alina Beach and Dive Resort. Okay, let me confirm that. Okay, you can see that okay, then Alina Beach and Dive Resort. We're going to do that. Let's confirm this again. So we have highest quarterly profit, lowest quarterly profit, highest quarterly profit, lowest quarterly profit, average. So I'm going to do this, sorry, highest quarterly profit, so I'm going to click on this so that I can have this highest quarterly profit. Then what else? Let me confirm. Okay, no bother for this, so I'm going to do border for this, okay, this is the alignment of this is okay, so I think we are good now. Good. Now check it and make sure that it's looking like the model given. Is very important before you begin your calculation. Okay, yes, that is beautiful. I think we can now continue, and this one as Alina Beach and Dive Results. I think when I edited that Beach and Dive Results, I mistakenly edited that out, and that's what I've corrected. Okay, beautiful. So with this now we can proceed. Now all of that we did for 11 marks. Beautiful. Then the next question, question 15. In cell D12, use a function to calculate the total number of visitors for April, May, and June. April, May, and June. The total function to calculate the total number of visitors in D12. So I go to D12. Here is D12. Okay, total number of visitors. So functions, I'm going to use sum, and I'll calculate for the visitors here, and I got 41. Then in cell E12, use a function to calculate total income for April, May, and June. A function to calculate the total income for April, May, and June in E12. So I'm going to say equals sum, some of these. Okay, good. Then the next thing is what else? In cell F12, use a function to calculate total expenditure for April, May, and June. F12, a function F12. Okay, that'll be equal sum of this. Normally I can actually replicate, because you see that it follows and is the same function. So as I've done for this, I can just replicate down to this, so I'll see have the same thing. Okay, good. Then another thing we can do, all those we have done, each of them 1 mark. Replicate the formula entered in steps 15 to 17 to calculate the subtotals for all other quarters. Okay, for all other quarters. So whatever we have done here, we are going to replicate it for all of these. But then before that, since this is talking about income, why don't I format it according to the opening instruction, that everything should be formatted to have 0 decimal places and in dollars. Let me see that all currency value must be in dollars to 0 decimal places. So let me quickly do that once and for all. So if I select this and I'll go to dollar, okay, to how many, the question says to 0 decimal places, so I could do it to 0 decimal places. So I can reduce the decimal places here. So this also formatted 0 decimal places. Okay, so the same thing I've done here, I can format it on this format printer. Good. And what I have here, I can format it to this 0 decimal places. Beautiful. So as I've done here too, I can format to others and format this 0 decimal places for this, for this, for this. Okay, can do it for this, for this, for this, and for this. That's very important. So let me uncheck this. This also has been affected. Let me return it to normal. Okay, good. So I think I have that. So having done this, I can continue. I've done the formatting a bit. So then the next one is replicate the formula entered in step 15 to 17 to calculate the subtotals for all other quarters. So something like this that we did for all other subtotals. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to other subtotal, which is this. So the same formula I use here, then I will replicate it there. So that's what this is saying. So I could just come here and say equals, let me start from here, sorry, number of visitors, equals sum of this, press enter. I have this, so I'll just replicate it down to this, and I'll do for this too, equals sum of this, press enter, and replicate it for this, then come here to equals sum, then find the total of this, press enter, and replicate it for this. So I can as well do the formatting for this. So I can click on this, double click, format this, format this, format this, format this, format this, format this, so it was 0 decimal places. So when I have that, I can be sure that I have this done. I have this done, just to be sure. I have this done, just to be sure. I have this done. Okay, good. Then that is done. Then the next question is calculate the profit for each month and each quarter. Each month and each quarter, and that will be profit equals income minus expenditure for each month. So this is each month, so I have this equals income minus expenditure. Here is the income for this particular month minus expenditure, then press enter. Can you see it? I have that, so I can replicate down to this the same way. Okay, that is calculated for this. So even if I replicate down, it's going to affect for this subtotal for each quarter. So if I do that now, it will replicate down to each subtotal. Then I can open up this, double click, and you see to 0 decimal places. So I can further do this. Because of that replication I did, it affected the formatting of this. So I have it. Good, beautiful. Yeah, now if you see all these ones in bracket, that means they are negative values. Please take note of that. All this one, you see the calculation in bracket parentheses, that means they are negative values. Please take note of that. Then the next one is calculate in appropriate cells the total number of visitors, the total income, the total expenditure, and the total profit for the year. Now look at the keyword in appropriate cells. They want you to figure it out: the total number of visitors, the total number of income, the total number of expenditure, and the total profit for the year. And this for 1 mark. So how do we do this? Now let's go total number of visitors. Now look at total number of visitors. This is the visitor for each of the months, and for quarter 1 we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have this. So if you want to do the total number of visitors, so you come here, that is going to be equal, look at that, equals, that's what the question says, calculate in appropriate cells the total number of visitors, the total income. So you can do it in 2 ways. You could just click on this and say the first total of visitors for the first quarter is this, plus this for the second quarter, plus this for the third quarter, plus this for the fourth quarter. You can see that. So of course the total of this is this, the total of this is this. So press enter, you have the total for the whole year. So the same thing you have done here, you can replicate so that you can have for these other ones. Okay, why did I say so? If you click here, this will pick this, 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 and this. So you have that. So then you can format this to have the same value. Okay, good. To 1 decimal places. I mean, to, is it 1 decimal places or 0 decimal places? Let me confirm that. I think the question says to 0 decimal places. Let's see. Oh, all currency to 0 decimal places. So I need to reformat this. So I'll just take all of them to 0 decimal places at once. Let me select them and reduce this. Okay, go to 0 decimal places. All right, then after that, what's the next thing? Okay, then we have done that. So question 21, format cell G9 to have a red background with the text, with white text, only if the value in the cell is negative. Beautiful question here. Format cell G9. So let's start with G9. So I'll select G9. Then when I've selected G9, I'll go to conditional formatting, I go to new rule, and I go to format only cells that contain. So the question says that format cell G9 to have a red background with white text only if the value in the cell is negative. So I'll pick it, format only cells that contain cell value. Instead of between, I can say is less than 0, less than 0. That is negative, less than 0. So if that condition is true, then you come to format. When you click on format, what are you formatting it to be? Now, red background with white text. So I'll come to font, white text. So I'll come to color, pick white text, fill, red background. So I pick red for fill. And then what will be the text be? Okay, format it red only if the cell is negative. So if it is negative, and then I'll do like this. So it looks, if it is less than 0, red background, white text, so I'll say okay. So because this does not have it, that's why nothing is happening. So I'll replicate it down to see whether we'll have that formatting. Okay, because the question says apply this formatting to cell B3 to B6, B3, and to all other cells contain numeric values in column G. So I'm going to do it for all the cells in column G and B3 to B6. So let me look at B3. Here is B3. This is B. Okay, here is B3 to B6. Okay, beautiful. So to do that, I can select this and say fill down. I can select this, I can say fill down. I can say fill down, and I come to fill, I can say fill down. You can see that when I say fill down, it picked all the ones with negative. And don't forget what I told you before. I told you that if you do that, all this one in brackets, parentheses, means they are negative. Can you see? That's exactly what happened. So having done that, I can click this and say format also to the cell in B3 to B6. Okay, I have done that. Then I can go back and fill the border lines back. Okay, borderline. Okay, borderline. Okay, borderline. Okay, beautiful. You can see that. So then the next thing I will do is place in cell in your evidence document a screenshot that shows you have applied the formatting to cell G9. Okay, I'll just go to cell G9 and I go to conditional formatting and I'll go to manage rules so that I can see this. So this is what they want to see, that I actually applied that to cell G9. So you can see cell value less than 0, then you should have this. Then I take the screenshot of this and paste it as my evidence that truly I applied that. So I take that as evidence. Okay, good. Then what's the next thing? In cell B3, use a function to display the highest profit for any quarter. In cell B3, a function to display the highest profit for any quarter. So I want to compare the values for each of the quarters and see which one is the highest. So look at highest value for each quarter, profit rather. So this is profit for the first quarter, profit for the second quarter, profit for the third, and profit for the fourth quarter. So if I want to do that in cell B3 according to the instruction, so the function to use is maximum. So I'm going to say equals maximum. I pick maximum. What are the values I want to compare? Then I will pick them. This is first quarter, which is G12, comma, I put comma, that's the syntax. I pick the next quarter, quarter 2, comma, then the next one, quarter 3, then comma, the fourth quarter. So then I close the bracket and press enter. Can you see that it picked the value? That's highest quarterly profit, and that will be which one? That has 21. Okay, and that is this quarter 2. Then the next thing I will do is I will in cell B4 use a function to display the lowest profit for any quarter. Okay, so that will be the opposite of this, and that will be equals mean. Okay, good. For minimum, I'll select that. Then I'll pick for the first quarter, the minimum, comma, the second quarter, comma, the third quarter, comma, the fourth quarter, and I close the bracket and press enter. So I will get that, okay, with the value. Then the next one is you notice that before we already did that if anyone asks negative, it should be highlighted with white text and red background. That's exactly why this is automatically when I calculated. Then we have done this. So the next one is in cell B5, use a function to display the average monthly profit. Average monthly profit. So that will be equals average. Then the syntax is almost the same, average. So I'll pick it, the first monthly. They say monthly or quarterly. Monthly. So I'm going to pick only for the month, not the quarter now. Month, the first 3 months, comma. I'll select the second 3 months, comma. The third 3 months, and the fourth 3 months. Then I close the bracket. Then I have that. That's the average monthly profit. Now look at this average quarterly profit. Quarterly. So that will be equals average. Now that is quarterly. So I will pick the quarter, the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Good. All right, then I have that. This is the average quarterly profit. Then the next thing is in cell B6, use a function to display the average, okay, which I have done. Average quarterly, I've just done this. Then format all currency values in dollars with 0 decimal places, and which I have done. Okay, let me confirm that. 0 decimal places, everything is done. Then the next one, in cell C3, use a formula to display the number of the quarter which made the highest quarterly profits. In cell C3, use a formula to display the number of the quarter, which made the highest quarterly profit. The number of each quarter is displayed in column B. This is just a hint. Now, don't forget, use a formula to display the number of the quarter. Now, the number of the quarter, each of them is in this, as we have this, is in this cell. Okay, you can see under column B. So if you look at the model given to us from the beginning, you see that, okay. Then what I'm going to do now, they said we should put that in cell C3. So I will come to C3 and I'm going to use an if, I'm going to use an if function. What was here before was 11, no fill, automatic, and what was here was 11. Okay, equals all right, equals if let's see the question again, to display the number of quarter which made the highest quarterly profit, and the highest quarterly profit is here. So if what is here, okay, so if in cell C3 use a formula to display the number of the quarter which made the highest quarterly profit. That is quite simple. Let's do that. So that we say if B3, which is the highest, equals the subtotal profit for quarter 1. Here is quarter 1. Okay, good. If that is the case, then the result should be what? Should be that it is quarter 1, which is B9. Now, comma, another if, that is nested if B3 equals that of the subtotal that is here, then if that is the answer, then that means the answer should be quarter this, okay, which is quarter 2, comma, if B3 equals the one that is here, then comma, the answer should be what? It is quarter 3, comma, if none of these 3 we have mentioned, that means it should automatically be this quarter 4. Then I close my bracket, okay, then I press enter. Now look at what I got, quarter 2. So that means it is quarter 2 that has this value, $21,865. Let's go to quarter 2. Oh, you can see it's actually quarter 2. So that is beautiful. Then after that is done, save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the formulae, okay, showing the formulae. Save your spreadsheet. Let me save it. I'll come here and click on save. It has been saved. Now they said print is showing the formulae, so I go to formulas, then I go to show formulas. After you have clicked on show formulas, the next thing you do is select the entire spreadsheet or worksheet here, then double tap for auto fit content, okay, so that nothing will be hidden. You can see it. Then after that, showing formulae, the question says it is in landscape, the row and column headings are displayed, the content of all cells are fully visible and can be easily read. So in landscape, so I come to page layout, orientation, landscape. The paper size I want to print on is A4, so I'm going to make A4, okay, and make sure that everything is fully visible. So let me just see this so that I can say, oh, beautiful, nothing is hidden, everything is fully visible. Then the next thing is let's see what's the next. So the question says that make sure that you have entered your name, center number and candidate number on your spreadsheet showing the formulae, okay, showing the formulae. Check that your name and center number. So the best thing I will do is I'll go to print preview to see the way it looks. So if truly I have put that, oh, okay, center number, candidate number on my, okay, so it's showing on 2 pages, so I have it this way. Then the next thing the question might say, let's see, make sure that you have entered your name and candidate number, okay, then row and column headings are displayed. Oh, beautiful. So to do that, you can go back to page setup, go to sheets and pick row and column heading and say, okay, you can see row and column headings are displayed, so on the 2 pages of the document. Then what else? So you can actually go ahead to print this. So this is the first printout. I'm going to click and print this as my first printout. You see page 1, page 2, everything is fully visible and it looks exactly like the model given to us in the question. Then I hit the print button. Okay, good. That's the first thing. Then the second thing the question is saying is that print your spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure the, okay, let me print this first. Let me print to PDF, print, and it is printed to PDF. Okay, beautiful. So that is done. Then now printing. Then the next one is print your spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure the printout fit on a single page. Row and column headings are not displayed. Fit on a single page is very key. Not display row and column headings. Content of these cells are fully visible. Okay, so while this is printing, let me allow it print. Then I'll do the next thing. So I can now print to value. So print in values, I come back to formulas, click on show formulas again. So what you need to do is that select the entire worksheet, then double tap, it will adjust automatically. Okay, good, adjust automatically. So let me view this. Okay, so the question says it should print to 1 page on a single page, row and column heading not displayed. So I will go back to our page layout. I'll go to page layout. Then I will come to this is size of paper, A4. Okay, not necessarily portrait or landscape. I don't think that was stated whether landscape or okay, but just that it should be. So I'll go to print area. Okay, let me go to print titles. Let me go to our worksheet and remove row and column heading, and go to row and column heading to remove it. Row and column heading to remove that. Row and column heading, I've removed that. Now I'll go to print preview. Oh, can you see it's displaying on one page? This is beautiful. Let me change it to what is this? Let me change it to portrait. Let me see whether it will contain it. Okay, on portrait too, it contains it. So all what the question is saying that it should just be let me zoom it. Okay, beautiful. This, okay, good. So it should just be displayed on one page. So with this, what else? Let me look at that. Okay, nothing more. And all of this we have done is just for 38 marks. So make sure that you have entered your name, center number, and candidate number on your spreadsheet showing the values. So this is for the value. Then I'll have this showing the value, not the formula anymore. Then I click on the print button so that it will print again. All right, so that is very okay. And with this, we have come to the end of the paper. And if you follow this process step by step, you see that you find it so easy, and then you'll be able to replicate this in the exam. So I wish you the very best in the exam, especially for candidates that are preparing for October, November 2025 IGCSE ICT exam. This video can be useful for you, especially in the area of using average, sum, formatting, conditional formatting for that matter, and then building up a model that has been given to you in the question paper. So I wish you the best in your exam. Share this video, hit the like button, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye for now.